Win Schwartau. I'm a security guy.
I'm Jason E. Street, general, blue team guy, defender, and breaker of things.
I'm Vladimir, working for Elkomsov, the Russian company, doing business for about 20 years for now. And what we're doing is password recovery, password cracking, and some forensic stuff with the iPhones and BlackBerries.
Je m'appelle Sébastien Andrivet et j'habite en Suisse, à Genève. Okay. Voilà, je suis, on va dire, hacker au sens large.
I'm Jaime Sanchez. I'm a security researcher specialized in network protocols and in what the marketing people call ethical hacking. And I came from Spain. And
so I'm Julie Wolf, and I was invited to speak here. And I'm drawing a blank. Je suis. Oh wait, no, let me do it in English. I'm Julie Wolf, and I was invited to speak here at Hack in Paris. I mean, it's Nuit du Hack at the moment, but it was Hack in Paris yesterday.
Okay, my name is Furtuna. I come from Romania. I'm a penetration tester, and I like testing the security of stuff.
And let me think. What do? I solve puzzles. Is the easiest way to summarize. There's somebody has a question and I find the answer. The internet is like taking an ocean cruise, only there's no boat and you don't actually go anywhere.
Oh, ça commence mal. Une analogie d'internet. Ouais, ça ressemble de plus en plus à une pieuvre quand même. La toile d'araignée, c'est la toile d'araignée, le web. Alors le web c'est pas internet, c'est une partie d'internet, mais c'est malheureusement de plus en plus une image qui a du sens.
The streets of Bombay, the chaos of millions of people running around using all sorts of different driving devices with very few rules, many suggestions, a lot of pollution, and having to be very, very careful when you cross the street.
The internet, I think, it's turning into several different kinds of things. It's like the internet is either a photo album of all your friends' cats and stuff, and your baby pictures. It's also a place, a bathroom wall where you can scroll messages and stuff, to have other people read them and see what they say, as long as they're under 140 characters. Or they're like, the local pub where you can go down for a drink and share information and share, stories with people. And the local library. People still remember what libraries are, the places where the books are. So that's the internet.
I mean, I can explain what the internet is not.
Why not?
It's not. Let me start over. So I can explain what the internet is not. It's not websites, and it's not email, and it's not whatever else people do with the internet these days. It's the connections, the interconnections between all that stuff.
I think the analogy could be internet like a jungle, because there is nowadays there is no controls, and there is a lot of threats and there is a lot of threats and people who want to attack and get benefits from it, and it's a place you must take care of yourself.
Un organisme dans lequel chaque cellule a un rôle, chaque cellule participe, chaque cellule est connectée avec les autres par l'envoi de messages divers et variés, et un organisme qui grandit, qui se développe, qui parfois se fait attaquer et réagit, et qui est menacé.
It's probably another world. It cannot be described only as a city or in jungle. It's another and really different world, which is not similar to what we have here, actually in real life. And you can get lost there very easy.
Maybe a cloud, but not in the sense of the marketing cloud, just a natural cloud, where you can contact anybody, and anybody can contact you. There are not traces in this cloud, and it has a big potential for growth.
Qui je suis dans cet organisme, un truc pas vraiment utile et qui fait chier tout le monde, comme l'appendice, ou alors peut-être le foie, ou quelque chose en tout cas qui te fait signe quand il y a un problème, qui encaisse, mais plus sensible que le reste et dit oh, là si tu continues va y avoir pépin, et qui te force soit à arrêter de boire ou à arrêter le sucre ou le gras, en tout cas quelque chose qui est difficile d'arrêter, mais si tu l'arrêtes pas tu vas claboter.
In this place where you go to all the places and the way I deal with the internet, I like to consider myself the concerned neighbor, the community watch. I'm not the kind of guy that when I see something's wrong with something, it's like I like to go fix it. So it's like if I see someone trying to break into someone's house or trying to throwing glitter or vandalizing, it's like I like to be the guy that goes, hey, that's not cool, let's stop that.
I could say I'm a little bit of sand, because around a grain of sand the molecules of water come together, and maybe I can influence some of the cloud with my opinions and thoughts.
Well, I think that maybe I may be an old pirate with wearing a white hat.
Non, un truc à côté quand même. Alors moi je pense les hackers en fait, on essaie toujours d'avoir un point de vue différent et de trouver où est la faille, de sortir de la culture mainstream ou des choses comme ça. Donc on va peut-être essayer de se positionner au-dessus pour l'avoir et puis essayer de l'avoir dans son ensemble aussi. Ou des fois on va se concentrer sur des petits détails, mais on va pas suivre les fils en fait. On va essayer de trouver un chemin qui normalement n'existe pas.
In the Himalayas, looking down, the internet is chaos. You have to be, even if you're really, really good, you still have to be careful. You have to always be aware of what you're doing, and we still make mistakes. So if I were in Bombay, I would want to stay up high above it, and when I go down into the streets, always looking all times, being double checking everything. And one of the mantras that I use is trust but verify. So before you do anything, don't just click, just don't run across the street. Make sure that what you're really doing is safe.
That's another good question. I'm a visitor, and I will not stay living there. But I love to be traveling there and visiting it frequently.
I've been kind of taking a break from it all. I know I got really burned out on a lot of stuff, and so mostly I don't know. It's just a lot of stupid online, and it just fills me with despair whenever I see it. So I'm like. It's like, all right, I'm not going to look at the internet for a little while, and I'm just going to go and like play with my kittens and like garden and do things that don't make me don't make me angry with how stupid the world is.
Comment cet organisme va évoluer, c'est impossible à dire. Peut-être qu'il va tout simplement mourir et qu'un autre apparaîtra. Peut-être qu'on va devoir reconstruire un internet from scratch. Peut-être qu'il va se faire découper en morceaux. Une balkanisation de l'internet qui se transformerait en une interconnexion d'intranet.
I'm hoping it will evolve into a rain. Actually, many drops of rain coming from the same idea and spirit.
What's going to happen is like it's going to go either way. It's going to go where it's going to be more robust, where it's going to be more open places where you're going to be able to say and go where you want, or unfortunately it's going to be where a very sterile society where it's like you're going to have to go to a little capsule and everybody's watching you. It's all glass houses. Everything's done in full view of everybody else. Not a very good way to go. So hopefully they go more into the fact of going into the openness and stuff, you know, and keeping it where it's like people are able to exchange ideas freely without, you know, being persecuted for it.
Bombay will take over all of the world unless we do something about it. The analogy is that we are moving into the Internet of Things. And when I leave work in my car that drives itself and I'm reading a book while it's driving, the car is going to tell me, oh, your refrigerator wants milk, so I'm going to take you to the grocery store for milk and bread and cheese, and then I will take you home. How am I going to know that it was really my refrigerator talking to my grocery store, talking to my car? All I know is I have an incoming message. The parallel is taking the streets of Bombay or any chaotic city and making the entire planet look like that. If you look at Star Wars movies, there are some planets that are all city. There's no fields, no mountains, no free space. And in many ways, that's what's happening to the internet as we connect the Internet of Things.
I think it's going to be worse because there is a lot of threats that are coming, like the cloud, the big data, the mobile device, and others like that are here now, like the IP version 6 or the methods for payment for internet. So I think it's going to be complicated the next years.
My dream when I started hacking, I wanted to make free phone calls. That was all. It was 1967, 68. No, it was before that. God. The first hack I did that I remember, the old telephones, there had 3 slots for big money, medium money, and small money. And if you took a piece of cardboard, like from a shirt from a Chinese laundry, long strip of cardboard, and you slid it down the small money slot, you could take US pennies, put them into the nickel slot, the 5-cent slot. It would trigger as 10 cents. You get your penny back, and you could still make long-distance phone calls for free. And I guess I was 10 or 12 years old when I first did that. It's older than all of you.
My dream, that's a good question. I just want it to be good. It's like, and I wanted to learn. My dream was to learn. It's like when I was a very little kid, my dream was always to teach. And so this is a way that I've been able to help realize that dream by not maybe teaching everybody, but at least entertaining them and helping, giving out some information and sharing information, which is one of the key things I like to do.
When I started hacking, it was a little bit wish of power, let's say, to be able to know deeper than the official explanations.
Je suis vraiment tombé dessus par hasard. C'est plus parce que je travaillais dans le développement et puis on se faisait attaquer. On avait des logiciels qui étaient piratés, par exemple, des choses comme ça, ou alors par hasard, en fait, on a eu une fois une base de données qui a complètement été effacée. Et au départ, voilà, ça m'a paru vraiment magique. Comment c'est possible? C'est totalement en dehors de la culture que j'avais en tant que développeur. Et j'ai essayé de comprendre. Et puis un autre aspect aussi, je me suis toujours beaucoup intéressé au hardware. Mon père était électronicien, j'ai démarré ma carrière dans un laboratoire d'électronique et donc ce qui se passe vraiment dans la machine, le Ghost in the Shell, vraiment ça m'intéresse, et l'esprit hacking dans ce sens-là, ça m'a toujours intéressé.
When I started hacking, it was like 13 years ago, so 14 years ago there were like other people, like the old school, but you wanted to be like Kevin Mitnick, like all the things you saw in Masters of Deception, create a worm like Robert Morris. Well, maybe to work on this when I can and when I grew up, and now I think that I made my dream.
When my work is my hobby, then I'm the happiest man on the world. That's it. And it also gives me money, and so it's not just business, but a leisure as well. And every day is something interesting and some challenges. Yeah, I love challenges.
Quote is that attacking is the best defense method, and in order to be able to defend yourself, you must know your weaknesses, and you have to first try to challenge yourself, attack yourself, in order to know your weaknesses and to be able to protect against them.
I've never let reality get in the way of me trying to accomplish something. It's like, realistically, I should never have been here. I should not be where I'm at now. If I just let the real world dictate what I was supposed to be or who I was supposed to be, I would not be here. It's like, I've decided that it's like, I don't care what reality or how it should happen. I've made those changes, and I've made it happen for me.
So enjoy and share. Ou alors sharing is caring.
Les femmes vaincront. And it's going to take me a while to actually. So the thing is, I don't have the quotes in my head filed by how much I like them. So I'd actually have to sit down and think about a bunch of quotes and then figure out which one was better than the other one. But I don't have that index in my head at the moment.
I have to think that I didn't expect this question. I just enjoy life. I don't care about quotes.
My advice to hackers is to go as deep as possible and not to be superficial, because in these days there is a big trend for automatic tools, everything to be done automatically, simple, and in real life things are not so simple, and real hacking is different than laboratory hacking. In order to hack real users, real clients, real machines, it's very different than doing a laboratory work. So that's why you must understand very well the concepts and be able to adapt your tools and techniques in order to do your job.
Just don't stop when you think that something is impossible. Most probably it is. You just didn't try enough yet.
Best advice to hackers is to not worry about failing. It's to worry about giving up. That's the problem. It's like, there is nothing wrong with failing. I do it quite a lot. It's like, but the key thing I think to my success is not how many times I've succeeded, it's how many times I failed and kept going and stuff, you know, and that's the key. It's like, I just never given up. It's like, I just don't let the problems that I face stop me. It's like, you just don't give up, you keep going.
I was trying to think of something more specific than, like, you know, just practice a lot, because really you get good at hacking by practicing hacking. I mean, people think I'm like this amazing super genius because I can read hex dumps and translate x86 into English and blah 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 and stuff. And it's like, no, it's just I just stared at hex dumps for like thousands and thousands of hours, and now I can read them like English. And but I wasn't born with this skill. Like 10 years ago, I couldn't do this. It is literally just I just spent a lot of time doing it, and as a side effect of that, I ended up getting very good at it, and that's how things really work actually. Alors, ça fait un moment que je suis dans la carrière, mais je suis pas encore assez vieux pour donner des conseils. Non, ça demanderait vraiment de la réflexion. Je l'ai dit pendant la présentation, moi je suis quelqu'un d'assez conservateur et qui aime bien réfléchir avant de dire quelque chose. Là, donner des conseils, non.
Il faut se poser des questions qui vont au-delà des stricts enjeux techniques et technologiques. Parce qu'on a maintenant la preuve par A plus B que les choix technologiques, que l'architecture de nos technologies sont par essence politiques. Choisir entre centraliser et décentraliser, c'est politique. Parce que d'un côté, on va donner des pouvoirs démesurés à une entité, quelque part, alors que de l'autre, on va redonner le pouvoir aux individus et le contrôle aux individus sur leurs données ou leurs communications. Et c'est très souvent quelque chose que les hackers n'ont pas envie de faire, n'aiment pas faire, c'est penser aux implications politiques de leurs choix technologiques. Eh bien, je pense que Prism et le reste démontrent aujourd'hui que nous n'avons pas le choix, que nous devons nous poser ces questions politiques, que nous devons agir, peser sur ces choix, et pour cela, penser services décentralisés, logiciel libre, chiffrement point à point, ces trois design patterns, ces trois principes de conception doivent figurer au cœur des technologies si on veut que la technologie rende les gens plus libres, plutôt que servir à les rendre plus asservis, plus contrôlés, plus surveillés. Et donc je pense que c'est une responsabilité collective que nous avons face à tous les choix technologiques, de privilégier les principes qui rendent plus libres plutôt que les principes qui permettent de contrôler.
I think that we will be talking about mobile devices, first of all the mobile devices, and maybe the cloud. The threats of the cloud, attacks to the cloud, because we are going to have all our data there, our passwords, and I think that it will be the next threat to research.
There is, of course, every year there is something new and interesting, and that's why I enjoy traveling and attending the conferences. I always expand my mind being there, but I won't see any changes in principle, I think.
C'est un peu à l'emporte-pièce ce que je vais dire, mais c'est vrai que moi je suis quand même assez souvent déçu des conférences. Donc j'en attends pas plus que ça. Moi, ce que je recherche en venant dans des conférences ici, et c'est pour ça que j'aime bien Hackerz Paris et la Nuit du Hack, c'est l'ambiance, c'est les gens qui y sont, c'est la communauté. Maintenant, le reste, c'est vrai qu'aujourd'hui, ça me passe un peu au-dessus.
Well, this year was it's really been great. My opening talk for the keynote was on risk in mobility. And there were many other talks on mobility this year, which I thought was very, very good. And the mobility, the smartphones and the tablets, is the beginning of the Internet of Things. And that will mean tying together industrial control systems, SCADA control systems, and we're going to tie everything together, and we are going to fuck it up. I promise you that. We will screw it up.